Okay, then welcome back after the break. Let's talk about the Jahangir. The biggest achievement of Jahangir's time Jahangir, he made settlement with Mewar. Settlement with Mewar. Which was not even settled by Akbar. So Jahangir settled Mewar. 1615, Jahangir concluded Treaty of Chittor with Rana Amar Singh. Rana Amar Singh, he was son of Rana Pratap. Maharana Pratap. So Maharana Pratap died, then Rana Amar Singh concluded treaty with Chittor. So Rana Amar Singh, son of Rana Pratap. Treaty of Chittor. So Rana Amar Singh, he became Mansabdar of Mughal, means Mughal administrator. Mughal administrator. Rana Amar Singh, he became Mansabdar of Mughal. Khurram was basically responsible for this treaty. Khurram, who also got the title of Shah Jahan, made Rana Amar Singh of Mewar accept Mughal sovereignty in 1615. So Nur Jahan appointed Khurram in charge of Deccan campaign. So Khurram was in charge of campaign of Deccan. In 1616, Khurram conquered Ahmednagar. After success in Deccan, Khurram got the title of Shah Jahan. After success in Deccan, Khurram got the title of Shah Jahan. Khurram got the title of Shah Jahan. In 1622, Persians occupied Kandahar. Persians means Iranians. Persians occupied Kandahar. Kandahar, gateway to India. So Persian occupied Kandahar. And the Mughals lost control forever. Mughals lost Kandahar forever. So that was tremendous damage to the prestige of Mughal. 1622, Persians occupied Kandahar. Mughals lost Kandahar forever. That was tremendous damage to the prestige of Mughal. Tremendous damage to the prestige of Mughal. So these two are the very important reign. The first, the damage of Kandahar, and Persians forever occupied Kandahar, and the second one, that the Mughal concluded treaty with Rana Amar Singh of Mebar and accepted the Mughal sovereignty. The Mebar also accepted the Mughal sovereignty, something which Akbar failed in his life. So that was achievement. So Jahangir died at Lahore and was buried at Sahadra near Lahore. Sahadra is in Lahore. Sahadra, there is a Dilkhush garden. So Jahangir buried at Dilkhush garden at Sahadra near Lahore. Buried at Dilkhush garden near Sahadra at Lahore. So this is a Mughal relation during the time of Jahangir and particularly the time of Khurram. So Khurram got the title of Shah Jahan by Noor Jahan. Noor Jahan gave the title of Khurram to Shah Jahan. Gave the title of Shah Jahan to the Khurram. So Noor Jahan was the real happy because of the success of the Deccan. So Lahore built, buried at Lahore. Shah Jahan. After death of Jahangir in 1628, this is a natural death. And I told you Khurram was the only person who alive. Khurram killed all his brothers. Saharyar was killed, one of his brother. Khusro, either he was hanged by Jahangir or either he was hanged by Khurram. And Parvez, another son of Jahangir. So Khusro was killed, Saharyar was killed, Parvez was killed, and finally Khurram alone left to inherit the Mughal Empire. In 1629, there was, during his time in 1629, there was a massive famine in Gujarat and the Deccan, resulted in huge loss of men and material. In 1630, Portuguese in Hooghly revolted and were driven away from Hooghly by Qasim Khan, the governor of Bengal. In 1630, Portuguese in Hooghly revolted. Portuguese were very much settled in the Bengal at that time. Portuguese had harassed the Hajj pilgrims. So Mughal governor of Bengal, Qasim Khan, expelled Portuguese. In 1631, Mumtaz died. Mumtaz, that is Arjumand Banu Begum, her name was Mumtaz. So Arjumand Banu Begum, she died in 1631. She died in 1631. So Mughal governor Qasim Khan expelled Portuguese from Hooghly. Expelled Portuguese from Hooghly. Shah Jahan had 4 sons. Dara Shikoh, Aurangzeb, Shuja and Murad. And 3 daughters, Zahara, Roshanara and Guhanara. Zahara, Roshanara and Guhanara. Jahanara supported Dara Shikoh. Roshanara supported Aurangzeb. Guhanara supported Shuja. Murad was bilkul bechara. So all the sisters had respective brothers. They were supporting each other. So Jahara Dara Shikoh, Roshanara Aurangzeb, Roshanara Aurangzeb and Guhanara Shuja. And Murad was bilkul bechara. Dara Shikoh, Aurangzeb, Shuja and Murad. Dara Shikoh, the eldest son, he was crown prince. Crown prince. He was very liberal and secular. He was known as Second Akbar because of his liberal and secular policy. He was known as Second Akbar. Second Akbar. Dara Shikoh. Dara Shikoh wrote 3 books. Majma ul Bahrain. Majma ul Bahrain. That is meeting of oceans. Meeting of oceans. Meeting of oceans. Safinat ul Awliya, philosophy of Sufism. Safinat ul Awliya, philosophy of Sufism. And third, Sakinat ul Awliya, biography of Sufi Sant. Biography of Sufi Sant. Safinatul Awliya, Sakinatul Awliya, biography of Sufi Sant. So, Dara Shikoh was a literary genius man. Safinatul Awliya, Sakinatul Awliya. Majma ul Bahrain, Safinatul Awliya, Majma ul Bahrain, meeting of oceans. He said Hindus and Muslims are twin brothers. Hindus and the Muslims are twin brothers. Dara Shikoh, he laid down the theory in Majma ul Bahrain. Hindus and Muslims are twin brothers. Safinatul Awliya is philosophy of Sufism. And Sakinatul Awliya is biography of Sufi Sant. Biography of Sufi Sant. Biography of Sufi Sant. So among the three brothers, Dara Shikoh was very prominent. Then Aurangzeb was appointed as in charge of Deccan campaign. You know, those who got in charge of Deccan campaign, they had a huge military, and therefore Aurangzeb was also having the huge military, and Aurangzeb became very ambitious. So Aurangzeb wanted to win the support of the conservative and fundamentalist element. Aurangzeb called Dara Shikoh kafir, non-Muslim, heretics. Why? Because of his comment in Majma-ul-Bahrain that Hindus and Muslims are twin brothers. This comment was made by Dara Shikoh in his book Majma-ul-Bahrain. So he called Dara Shikoh as kafir and heretics. Called Dara Shikoh kafir and heretics, and therefore declared war against Dara Shikoh. So once Shahjahan fell ill, बीमार हो गया वो, then Aurangzeb declared war of succession. And this war of succession against Dara. So he mobilized entire military from Deccan to Agra. So Aurangzeb had taken the support of Shuja also, Murad also, against Dara Shikoh. He declared Dara Shikoh as kafir by his comment on Majma-ul-Bahrain. So Aurangzeb declared Dara Shikoh as kafir. He declared a war of succession against Dara. So Aurangzeb, he made an alliance with Shuja and Murad against Dara. Aurangzeb defeated Dara Shikoh in Battle of Dharmat. And Battle of Samugar. These two battles was fought by Aurangzeb with Dara Shikoh. Aurangzeb killed Dara Shikoh in the Battle of Devrai. So Battle of Dharmat, Battle of Samugar and Battle of Devrai. Three battles Aurangzeb fought against Dara. And in all three battles defeated Dara Shikoh and killed Dara Shikoh. Dharmat, Samugar and Devrai. In all three battles he defeated Dara Shikoh and killed Dara Shikoh. After killing Dara Shikoh, After killing the Rasiko, Aurangzeb, he ascended the throne. He ascended the throne with the title Alamgir. Alamgir. Aurangzeb, he ascended the throne with the title Alamgir. Alamgir. And he did his coronation twice. He did his coronation twice. Not once, but twice. Aurangzeb did his coronation twice. Did his coronation twice. So once at Agra and once at Delhi. At both the places he did his coronation. So once at Agra and once at Delhi. Did his coronation twice. So he ascended the throne with he killed Suja also, he killed Murad also. So as per the choice, he was the only one left. So he coronated twice. Let us see the religious policies of Aurangzeb. His religious policy was considered as fundamentalist. He was fundamentalist. He was conservative. He was fundamentalist, he was conservative. He presented himself as reformer of Islam. Known as Mujaddid. Reformer of Islam known as Mujaddid. Reformer of Islam known as Mujaddid. He presented himself as reformer of Islam. Reformer of Islam, known as Mujaddid. Aurangzeb always maintained purity in human life. He always followed the principle of Islam. So very pure life he lived. He is the only Mughal ruler who followed one wife system. Only Mughal ruler who followed one wife system. One wife system. Aurangzeb was known as Jinda Peer. Jinda Peer. Jinda Peer means living sant. Jinda Pir means living sant. Living sant. Jinda Pir means living sant. Means he never takes salary from the state. Always do his own services in the mosque. He collected skull cap. He sold the skull cap. He swept the floor of the mosque, and thereby whatever the money he collected, he run the business of his. So he always maintained the pure life and never takes salary from the state. So he is known as Jinda Pir. Jinda Pir. Religious policies of Angrez. So always maintain the religious policies known as Jinda Pir. Reformer of Islam. Aurangzeb removed all non-Sunni practices in court. Non-Sunni practices. He wanted that everything in the Mughal court as per the Sunni ways. So he prevented all non-Sunni practices in the court. He discontinued all non-Sunni practices in the court, like Holi and Diwali. This was celebrated by Akbar, always in the Mughal court. Aurangzeb discontinued it. He discontinued Nowruz. Nowruz was a Persian New Year festival, you know. He discontinued it. So, Holi, Diwali, Nowruz, all was discontinued by Aurangzeb. Then, he discontinued Jharokha Darshan. You know, Jharokha Darshan, it was basically practiced by the Rajput. Practiced by Rajput. Jharokha Darshan, it was basically practiced by Rajput. Means on a particular day, Raja and Rani of Rajput, they come in the window, and common population had a glimpse of Raja and Rani. So therefore, it was a divine-like feeling. So divine feeling was there, and therefore Aurangzeb discontinued this practice. Akbar started this. Akbar saw the Raja and Rani of Rajput enjoying such a glamour of the people. So therefore, he also started, but Aurangzeb discontinued the practices. Aurangzeb discontinued the practice. He discontinued Tuladan. Tuladan means on one weighing bridge, Taraju par, एक साइड में king and second side gold and silver coin was put to weigh the king. When the weighing bridge became balanced, तराजू balance हो गया, so that led to the prosperity of the state. This was also Rajput practices, but it was followed by Aurangzeb, followed by Akbar, and then finally Aurangzeb discontinued it. He put a ban on use of bhang and tobacco. Bhang and tobacco. Bhang is a herbal product. So, bhang and tobacco, this started during the time of Akbar. All the Mughals after 6 p.m. completely not in any state of mind. So, bhang and tobacco. So, discontinued the practices of using bhang and tobacco. He said no Mughal will take this bhang and tobacco every time in the full condition. So, non-Sunni practices in the court. This is non-Sunni practices in the court. Use of bhang and tobacco. So Aurangzeb discontinued all this. In 1679, Aurangzeb reimposed jizya. Akbar abolished jizya. Today morning we have seen Akbar abolished jizya and Aurangzeb discontinued reimposed jizya. And collected religious tax from the Hindus and others. Religious tax from Hindus and others. Reimposed jizya. He ordered the demolition of temples. Demolition of temples. Temples of Banaras and Mathura was destroyed by Aurangzeb. Temples of Banaras and Mathura was destroyed by Aurangzeb. Demolition of temples. Mathura and Banaras was destroyed by Aurangzeb. Demolition of temples. Aurangzeb charged discriminatory taxes. Discriminatory taxes from Hindus and the Muslim traders. From Hindus and Muslim traders. Discriminatory taxes from Hindus and the Muslim traders. Hindus and the Muslim traders. He charged 2.5% commercial tax. from Muslim traders and 5% from the Hindus. To 2.5% and 5%, this is a discriminatory tax collected from Hindus and the Muslims. So discriminatory taxes was collected from both of them, Hindus and the Muslim traders. He stopped all the musical programs in the Mughal court. He abolished the kalima on coins. Kalima, you understand, the verses of Quran was called kalima. So Aurangzeb said that this coin was basically humiliated by the non-believers, kafirs. So he discontinued inscription of kalima on the coin. Discontinued inscription of kalima on the coins. Okay, so kalima is inscribing Quranic verses on coins. Muhtasib, the royal censor officer, was entrusted with responsibility of enforcing Quran. So Muhtasib was the officer, M-O-H-T-A-S-I-B, Muhtasib. So Muhtasib was the officer appointed, officer for moral code of conduct. Officer for moral code of conduct means whether the peoples are going to mosque or not, peoples are offering namaz 5 times or not. So this is how the Muhtasib generally look at the people. So Muhtasib was appointed to, or Muhtasib was the officer for the moral code of conduct. Muhtasib, moral code of conduct. During the time of Aurangzeb, there were many revolts in the Mughal Empire. Many revolts in the Mughal Empire. The Bundelas were the first to revolt against Mughal land revenue policy under the leadership of Chhattisgarh. This question you have in matching questions. So Chhattisgarh, he was the ruler of Bundela in Bundelkhand. Ruler of Bundela in Bundelkhand. And so Bundelas were first to revolt against the Mughal land revenue policy. Land revenue policy of the Mughal was very complicated, and by the time of Aurangzeb it became very oppressive. So Bundelas were first to revolt against the Mughal land revenue policy under the leadership of Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh was the chief of Bundela. Then revolt of Satnami. Satnami peasants were from the Haryana, Punjab, also revolted against the Aurangzeb's policy. So Bundelas revolted, Satnamis revolted, and third was the Jat revolt. So Jat revolt in the western UP and particularly in the Mathura region and then Rajasthan, the Jat revolt under the leadership of Gokul for the first time, and later the continued revolt under the leadership of Churamal and Badan Singh. So it was altogether continued for the long time during the Mughal Empire, and Jat revolted massively. So the Jat revolted under the leadership of Gokul, and the revolt continued under the leadership of Churaman or the Badan Singh. And revolt was so intense that Jat had created the separate empire called Empire of Bharatpur. So Empire of Bharatpur was created by Jat. So after Bundela, after Satnami, Jat revolt was a very serious revolt. And Jat had created the independent empire called Bharatpur. Fourth is, the 9th Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur was also executed in 1679. So Guru Tegh Bahadur was also killed by Aurangzeb. Two Sikh Guru was killed by Aurangzeb. One was the 5th Guru of Arjun, the 5th Guru Arjun Dev, and second, 9th Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur. Arjun Dev was hanged by Jahangir, and Guru Tegh Bahadur was killed by Aurangzeb. The Sikh again revolted under the leadership of Guru Gobind Singh. So thereafter the 10th Guru of the Sikh, Guru Gobind Singh, revolted very sharply. The Sikh revolted under the leadership of Guru Gobind Singh. So 9th Guru of Sikh. Guru Tegh Bahadur was executed in 1679. So revolt. So out of the many revolts, I told you, look at the series. First was the Bundela revolt. Second was the Satnami revolt. Third was Jat revolt. Fourth was the Sikh revolt. This is the continuous phenomena during the time of Aurangzeb. Sikh revolt. So Bundela, Satnami, Jat and Sikh. These four revolts in continuity. Chhatrasal, Jat was already established. The independent state of Bharatpur. Independent state of Bharatpur. Jat had established. Sikh. Aurangzeb killed Guru Tegh Bahadur. He was the 9th Guru of Sikh. Therefore, 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh had revolted. Guru Gobind Singh had revolted. So this is a very magnified Sikh revolt which shook the backbone of the Mughal rule. So very powerful Sikh revolt had happened during this time. So therefore it was revolted. 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh. Rajput rebellion. Rajput rebellion. During the time of Aurangzeb, we have the first Rajput revolt. Rajput rebellion. This is a revolt of Marwar. Marwar revolt. What happened in Marwar? Look at. The ruler of Marwar was Jaswant Singh. Jaswant Singh. Jaswant Singh had supported Dara Shikoh because he was a Mughal commander. So he went by the state policy. Dara Shikoh was crown prince. Shah Jahan ordered him to support Dara against Aurangzeb. So Jaswant Singh supported Dara Shikoh in the war of succession. Supported Dara Shikoh in the war of succession. In the war of succession. Supported Dara Shikoh in the war of succession. But Aurangzeb forgave him because he was simply doing the duty of the state, because he was a commander. So Aurangzeb said that, okay, it was an order of Shah Jahan, so you fought against me. So he simply let the things go. But after death of Jaswant Singh, his son Ajit Singh born. Son Ajit Singh born. Aurangzeb refused to acknowledge Ajit Singh as the successor of Jaswant Singh, because he born after death of Ajit Singh. So Aurangzeb said that this is not the rightful successor. So Aurangzeb refused to accept Ajit Singh as a ruler. So Aurangzeb annexed Marwar. Aurangzeb annexed Marwar and integrated in the Mughal land. So thus Marwar became Khalisa land. Marwar became Khalisa land. Khalisa land was the royal land of Mughal. So Marwar was integrated in Khalisa land. So no more Rajput ruler will be there. It was directly under the control of Mughal. So therefore the commander of Marwar Durga Das, commander of Marwar, Durga Das Rathor. So Durga Das Rathor revolted. He brought back Ajit Singh and declared him the ruler of the state. So brought back Ajit Singh and declared him the ruler of the state. So Aurangzeb defeated Durga Das Rathor. Durga Das Rathor. So Durga Das Rathor revolted. He brought Ajit Singh back to Marwar and declared him as the ruler of Marwar. This was another massive defeat, massive damage to the prestige of Mughal. Then second revolt was the revolt of Akbar. Don't confuse with this name Akbar. Akbar was son of Aurangzeb. So ever since his name was kept Akbar, ever since the name Akbar was kept, the son of Aurangzeb, so he started feeling himself that he is Akbar. So he wanted to become the king and therefore he revolted. So after revolt, he ran away from Delhi and then he wanted to take shelter in the court of Sambhaji. Sambhaji was the Mughal Maratha Chhatrapati. After death of Shivaji became Sambhaji. So Chhatrapati of Maratha. So that's also a prestige, massive damage to the Mughal. So Prince Akbar, sent by Aurangzeb, revolted against Aurangzeb and finally took shelter in the court of Sambhaji, the son of Shivaji. So Aurangzeb followed Akbar and till the last he was there in the Deccan till his death. 20 years he stayed in Deccan. Came down to Deccan and remained in Deccan till his death. So Aurangzeb was already very much fascinated with the Deccan. So revolt of Akbar and revolt of Durgadas Rathore. These two are a very important part of the rebellion. So other than the peasant, Bundela, Satnami, Jat, Sikh, this is another round of revolt called the Rajput revolt and the revolt of his prince Akbar. Akbar wanted to become king. I told you that ever since his name Akbar was kept, he started feeling himself that he is Akbar. So he was in the very aggressive posture to capture the throne and to defeat Aurangzeb. Akbar had taken shelter in the court of Sambhaji, the son of Shivaji. So, following Akbar, Aurangzeb came out of Agra to go to Deccan, and once he reached Deccan, he never get opportunity to return back to Agra, and he died there. He died there. (1686) he conquered Bijapur. 1687 he conquered Golconda. 1689 he killed Sambhaji. So Aurangzeb had a very strong conquest policy. Particularly, you must remember the capture of Bijapur and capture of Golconda. 1686 he captured Bijapur and 1687 he captured Golconda. So Mughal was very extensively expanded during the time of Aurangzeb. Extensively organized during the time of Aurangzeb. So Rajput policy of Mughal. Now let's talk about the Mughal administration. Mughal administration is a very important part of the study, Mughal administration. So before we study Mughal administration, let us have the sources that describe the first Ain-e-Akbari, written by Abul Fazl, deals with the Akbar's administration. Akbar had made many experiments in the field of administration. We will discuss about the division of the Mughal Empire into provinces and others. So Ain-e-Akbari, written by Abul Fazl, deals with the Akbar's administration. Akbarnama, also written by Abul Fazl, deals with the Akbar's administration. In fact, Ain-e-Akbari is in 3 volumes. So third volume is called Akbarnama. So Ain-e-Akbari, Akbarnama. This book is very important. Muntakhab-ul-Tawarikh. Muntakhab-ul-Tawarikh. This is a book in Persian, Farsi mein hai ye, written by Badaini. Badaini was a very powerful critic of Akbar. Badaini was Sunni Muslim and he always charged Akbar because of his religious tolerance, because of celebration of Hindu festival. So therefore Badaini always criticized Akbar. He also gave some example during the time of Akbar's administration, and he discussed about the religious policy of Akbar. Akbar's religious policy. He was critic of Akbar. Next, during the time of Jahangir, Mutmad Khan had written Iqbal-Name Jahangiri. Iqbal-Name Jahangiri also gave the administration of the time of Mughal, although there was no such changes made during the time of Jahangir, but it was in continuity. So some changes in the Mansabdari system was made. So Iqbal-Name Jahangiri, written by Mutmad Khan. Mutmad Khan deals with the Jahangir administration. Jahangir administration. Iqbal-Name Jahangiri by Mutmad Khan deals with the administration of Jahangir's reign. Abdul Hamid Lahori, he wrote Padshah Nama, deals with Shah Jahan's administration. Shah Jahan's administration. Deals with Shah Jahan's administration. And administration of Aurangzeb was described by Muntakhab-ul-Lubab by Kafi Khan. So these are the main theme and some of the important output that we can see. So Padshah Nama, Ain Akbari, Akbarnama, Muntakhab Tabarik, Iqbal-Name Jahangiri, Padshah Nama, and then Muntakhab-ul-Lubab. These books are all in the Persian language. These books all in the Persian language. It altogether deal with the Mughal administration. So let's talk about the Mughal administration. Akbar was innovative genius. So Akbar laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. Laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. Akbar laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. Akbar divided the entire empire into Suba. Divided the entire empire into Suba. Akbar divided the entire empire into Suba. Akbar laid the foundation of Mughal administration. In fact, Mughal empire was centralized system. But it was ruled by under the welfare of the people, for the welfare of the people. So it was a welfare state. Welfare state. So Akbar had created the concept of Suba in the Mughal Empire, that is the provincial administration. Provincial administration. Provincial administration. Akbar created the post of Vakil. Post of Vakil for Bairam Khan. For Bairam Khan. Post of Vakil for Bairam Khan. Vakil was equivalent to Prime Minister. Equivalent to Prime Minister. Akbar created the post of Vakil for Bairam Khan. The Vakil means Prime Minister. After death of Bairam Khan, Akbar abolished the post of Vakil. After death of Bairam Khan, Akbar abolished the post of Vakil and divided administration into parts. Divided administration into parts. Wazir and Diwane Ala. Diwane Ala. Wazir and Diwane Ala. Diwane Ala. Wazir look into general administration, advisor, all the grey hair person, oldest, most experience, always like a shadow of Akbar, chief advisor. So he was looking all administrative suggestion to Akbar. All administrative suggestion to Akbar, Wazir. He was giving all administrative suggestion to Akbar. All administrative suggestion to Akbar. Wazir. And Diwane Ala was the head of Diwan-e-Ala was the head of revenue administration at center. Akbar divided empire into Suba. There were 15 Suba during the time of Akbar. Head of the Suba was called Subedar. Subedar look all the general administrative thing. All the assets of the general administration was looked by Subedar. Diwane Suba. Diwane Suba. Diwane Suba. Suba was divided in Sarkar. Sarkar. This is the district. Sarkar was district. General administration was looked by Sikdar. And here Amal Gujar. Amal Gujar. So Amal Gujar was head of the revenue administration. And Sikdar was the head of the general administration. Sikdar was head of the general administration. General administration. Suba Sarkar. Sarkar was divided in Pargana. Pargana, you can say it is a block. Block. Divided in Pargana. Block. In Pargana, general administration was looked by Fauzdar. And here Amil. So Sarkar is district, and after district, block. So Pargana. Fauzdar for general administration, and Amil for revenue administration. And there were many villages in Pargana. Gram. The traditional village headman, Khut. मुकद्दम चौधरी, so Khut Mukaddam Chaudhary. They are the traditional village headmen. They were mostly hereditary. So village headmen, Khut Mukaddam Chaudhary. They are traditional village headmen. They always look the welfare department, welfare of the people, administration of the people. So Khut Mukaddam Chaudhary. Always for the welfare of the people. Always for the welfare of the people. Akbar maintained Khut Mukaddam Chaudhary. And in village level, there are 3 revenue officers: Patwari, Kanungo, and Amin. Patwari, Kanungo, and Amin. Patwari was record keeper. Kanungo was revenue collector, and Amin was involved in land measurement. So Patwari, Kanungo, and Amin. Patwari, Kanungo, and Amin. Patwari is record keeper, Kanungo is collector, and Amin is land measurement. Land measurement. Village level revenue collector. So there are 3 for the revenue in the village level, and 1 in Pargana, and then 1 in district, and then. So Kanungo and Patwari collect, give it to the Amil. Amil will give it to the Amal Gujar to Diwane Shubha, and Diwane Shubha to Diwane Ala. So this is where the revenue from the peasant reached to the Mughal. This is the hierarchy created by Mughal. That was a beauty of the Akbar's administrative system. So left side, this is the general administration. This is the general administration. And the right side is the revenue administration. So this chart will help you in understanding that what was the officers at which level. So that was implemented by Mughal. So Mughal had implemented very excellent revenue administration and the general administration. The all credit for that goes to Akbar. Wakil was the prime minister, Bairam Khan was the Wakil, and after death of Bairam Khan, Akbar abolished the post of Wakil. Akbar abolished the post of Wakil. And thereafter created a new experiment of division of empire into Suba, Suba into Sarkar, and then Sarkar into Pargana, and Pargana into village, Gram. Khud Mukaddam Chaudhary was the traditional village headman, responsible for welfare and the law and order of the people, to manage in the local level. So this is a division of the Mughal administrative system. So at the central government, at the central level, look at the central level, Diwan was the finance minister. At central level, Diwan was the finance minister, assisted by Mere Mal. Mere Mal. Mere Mal means royal exchequer, and Mere Tan in charge of crown lands called Khalisa land. So Diwan was the finance minister, Diwan-e-Ala, assisted by Mere Mal and the Mere Tan. Mere Mal was the royal exchequer, in charge of the crown lands is Mere Tan. You know crown land where the directly Mughal had the control, Khalisa land. We have discussed about the Khalisa land earlier. So in charge of the crown lands called Khalisa land. Mir Bakshi, he was the chief commander. Chief commander means Mir Bakshi maintained the soldiers. Record maintained by Mir Bakshi. Chief commander. Mir Saman, in charge of the royal palace. Mir Tujuk, in charge of the royal ceremonies. This all we have to note down and to remember. Mir Bakshi is a military chief commander. He maintained the military. All appointment, payment, salary, training, all was given by Mir Bakshi. Mir Saman, in charge of the royal palace. Mir Tujuk, in charge of royal ceremonies. Mir Dak Chowki, postmaster. Waqia Navis, royal correspondent. Harkhara, royal spy. Muhtasib, censor officer. Censor officer. Muhtasib was officer responsible for the moral code of conduct. Muhtasib was the officer responsible for moral code of conduct. I told you that whether peoples are living in accordance with Islam or not, whether the peoples go to mosque, offer the 5-time namaz, this all was taken by Muhtasib. The all was observed by Muhtasib. So central government administration was divided in two parts, Wazir and the Diwan-e-Ala, and then these are the officers assisting that central administration, and rest of the part was taken by provincial administration. Muhtasib, officer for the moral code of conduct. So Kotwal was the officer in charge of the city administration, and rest of the officers I have already discussed in the chart that we have made for you. Revenue administration. Revenue administration. Akbar followed the system, land revenue system of Sher Shah, Japti system particularly. So Akbar initially followed the Sher Shah's revenue administration, particularly the Japti system. Akbar appointed Raja Todarmal his Diwan. Raja Todarmal was appointed as Diwan. So Raja Todarmal, he was appointed as Diwan. Akbar appointed Diwan-e-Ala or Raja Todarmal, he was the Diwan-e-Ala. So Raja Todarmal, he divided land into 4 categories. After assessment of 10 years of the production, assessment of 10 years of productivity, after assessment of 10 years of productivity, he divided land in 4 categories known as Aine-10 Sala. Aine-10 Sala. Aine-10 Sala. 10 years of the revenue settlement, 10 years of the experiment. So Aine-10 Sala was a new department created by Raja Todarmal. New department created by Raja Todarmal. Aine Dahsala was a new department created by Raja Todarmal. Assessment of 10 years of production. Assessment of 10 years of production. Aine Dahsala. Todarmal, he divided land in 4 categories. Polaj, Parauti, Chachar and Banjar. Polaj, Parauti, Chachar and Banjar. He divided land in 4 categories. Polaj, annually cultivated land. Polaj was annually cultivated land. Each year, good productivity, annual cultivation. Parauti, after a gap of 1 or 2 years. Chachar, 3 to 4 years gap. And Banjar, never, or once in 10 years. So Polaj's land was annually cultivated land. Parauti, once in 10 years. Once in 1 or 2 years gap. Chachar, 3 to 4 years, and Banjar, never, once in a 10 years. Banjar land. So obviously the Polaj will have more extract. So this is how the Polaj, Parauti and Chachar, Banjar was made. So Polaj base tract, Parauti second based, Chachar third grade and Banjar least fertile. On the basis of the land category, land revenue was fixed. Accordingly, the tax was levied. So on the basis of category of the land, tax was fixed. Obviously, Polaj's land will have more tax and Banjar will not have a tax. So this is how the Raja Todarmal decided to introduce such type of things. Raja Todarmal introduced Bandobast. A revenue assessment system and classified into 4 categories. It's called Bandobast. Dastur-ul-Amal was the price list of every area's agricultural commodities. Akbar appointed supervisors for revenue collection called Karoris. So Dastur-ul-Amal was the price list. Dastur-ul-Amal was the price list for every area's agricultural commodities. Akbar appointed supervisors for revenue collection called Karoris at Pargana level. Kanun Go prepared the price list. price list. Right, and Karoris was appointed. Karoris were appointed for those who collect the land revenue 1 crore. So those pargana having the capacity to pay 1 crore, that were known as Karori. Their officers was known as Karori. So, military administration or the Mansabdari system. Let's talk about the Mansabdari system first. Mansabdari system. Here you can have a question. Mansabdari system. The word Mansab means status or rank in official hierarchy. Status or rank in official hierarchy. So that is meaning of the Mansab. Mansab means status or rank in the official hierarchy. Status or rank in the official hierarchy. It's called Mansab. It was a Central Asian concept. But Akbar incorporated it with some changes. Akbar incorporated with some changes. Akbar incorporated with some changes. The word Mansab is status or rank in the official hierarchy. It is Central Asian origin. Akbar incorporated with some changes. Akbar incorporated with some changes. There are two parts of the Mansabdari system. Jat and Sabar. Jat and Sabar are the two parts of the Mansabdari system. Jat and Sabar, two parts of the Mansabdari system. Jat determined the status and salary. status and salary. Sabar, it determined the number of horses and horsemen. Number of horses and horsemen. Status and salary. Horse and horsemen. So suppose we give the title of any officer 5,000 by 5,000. That means the 5,000 Jat and 5,000 Sabar. There may be 5,000 by 0 also. Means Jat rank could be there, but Sabar rank may not be there. So out of these two, Jat rank is more important. More important. Jat rank is more important. Jat rank is more important. Sabar rank may be 0. So Jat rank is more important than Sabar rank. A person can have Jat rank without Sabar rank, but never Sabar rank without Jat rank. A person can have Sabar rank without Jat rank, but never Sabar rank, never Jat rank. That's reverse. A person cannot have Sabar rank without Jat rank. Cannot have Sabar rank without Jat rank. So Sabar rank is must. Sabar rank is must. So this is how you can see if a person can be Sabar rank 0. So from 10 to 5,000, these are the rank of Jat. Jat rank 10 to 5,000. Lowest Jat rank is 10 and highest Jat rank is 5,000. Lowest Jat rank is 10 and the highest Jat rank is 5,000. So the Mansabdari system was the unique administrative system under the Mughals. It was introduced by Babur, but it was perfected by Akbar. The Mansabdars were the civil servants selected on merit. They discharged civil, military and judicial functions on behalf of the state emperor and were equivalent Jagir. Mansabdars, they got Jagir. The highest rank in Mansabdar or above, Mansabdar above 5,000 was conferred by Akbar on Raja Man Singh and Azizuddin Kuka. And Azizuddin Kuka. The highest rank in Mansabdari of above 5,000 was conferred by Akbar on Raja Man Singh and Azizuddin Kuka, 7,000 sabar. So even the Rajput also got very high Mansabdari system. It's not necessarily that it may be from the Mughal royal blood, but even the Rajput also had a Mansabdari system. Not necessarily from the Mughal. So Raja Man Singh also got a very high Mansabdari rank. Mansabdars, they got salary in terms of Jagir also. Mir Atis was charge of artillery. Mir Bahri was charge of navy. And if any officers committed any offense, Mir Askan. So Mir Askan was in charge of the military offenses. Mir Bahri was in charge of navy. Mir Atis was in charge of artillery. So Mir Atis in charge of artillery. Mir Bahri in charge of navy. Mir Askan was in charge of the military offense. Military offense. Mir Askan. These are the important revenue officers and military officers. So Mansabdar versus Jagirdar, those Mansabdar who get salary in Jagir are called Jagirdar. We will talk in detail about the Mansabdari and Jagirdar. So Jat rank is must and Sabar rank may be 0. So Sabar rank was must only when it is in the military responsibility assigned. So Jat rank is must for the normal. Jat and Sabar. 5,000 by 5,000 suppose, but maybe 5,000 by 0. Say in normal circumstances, Jat rank, this represents what? Jat rank, and this represents Sabar rank. Okay, so Jat rank is always must. Without Jat rank, there can never be Sabar rank, right? Without Sabha rank, there may be Jat rank. But without Jat rank can never be Sabha rank. So Jat is must. But if a person is in the military responsibility, then along with Jat, Sabha is also must. Right? For normal, suppose judicial officer. The judicial officer will not have military, so 5,000 by 0. But when there is a military officer, then Sabha rank will become must. So Jat rank is more important than Sabha rank. Okay, and we'll discuss about the salary of the Mansabdar and the other things, changes to the tomorrow. Ajiduddin Koka was a half brother of Akbar and he was a military commander. Okay. So this is the difference between Jat rank and Sabha rank. Jat rank is must. The person can have a Jat rank without Sabha rank, but can never have a Sabha rank without Jat rank. Military commander has to assign with the Sabha rank. Okay, so that's all for the day. Then see you tomorrow. Thank you.